many major league teams. But before we dive in, you know the routine. Like and comment. Comment if you think Eugenio will be traded or not. Now, Eugenio Suarez is packing his bags, according to our production team.
Well, Bori, we saw Bori up and talking on the phone, and I think they're asking if the trade is happening or not. I think he's talking to Eugenio Suarez. But the important thing, Daniela, is that yesterday I was thinking, analyzing the topic of Eugenio Suarez, I think more than one team needs Eugenio Suarez because we've always talked about the New York Yankees, although our friend Maniop, dear Maniop, we care about him a lot. By the way, we have to congratulate Maniop. The Caribbean Series was won by the Dominican Republic, defeating Venezuela at the Forum La Guaira. Congratulations to the Dominicans. Still, going back to the topic of Eugenio Suarez, I think more than one team needs Suarez.
Look, Andres, here are some team names. Names besides the Yankees that several analysts have also put on the table, including his former team. Look, here are the Cubs, the Tigers, the Reds, Cincinnati Reds, Milwaukee Brewers, the Mets from New York. Eulalia. That's why I'm telling you, Andres, he's desirable. He's a very desirable player. Obviously, everyone talks about the Yankees because of their style of play and because they need to put in the lineup, in the middle of the lineup, a batter with the characteristics of Eugenio Suarez, who also defends very well at third base, something the New York Yankees also need. And especially because in recent weeks they've lost first place in the AL East of the American League. We've been thinking for quite some time that the Yankees are the only team Eugenio could join by the trade deadline, but the market is vast, and a player like Eugenio, who is among the leaders in several offensive categories in all of Major League Baseball, with currently 31 home runs, if I'm not mistaken, Andres. I think he has 30 or 31 and could be the Venezuelan with the most home runs in a season, surpassing his own record of 49. So it's reasonable to think.
31 right now.
What,
31 right now.
31 right now? We might believe there are several, and not just one team, but about Eugenio Suarez and what Arizona could get in return for a name like his. I read somewhere that the Yankees might give their two best prospects for Eugenio Suarez, a pitcher, an outfielder. But this would partly mean, losing a future for the Yankees.
And the issue.
We're basing this on the Yankees' needs.
The issue with the New York Yankees is that if they go for Eugenio Suarez, they have to sign him at the end of the season, obviously. Well, because you can't lose two prospects to be redundant, lose him in free agency. Look, I think the topic of Eugenio Suarez has to be on everyone's radar because when we saw the Los Angeles Dodgers with that losing streak, with such a payroll, we see that this team isn't as powerful as one might imagine. And when they're not that powerful, I say, well, I can reinforce with the best Latin hitter, with the best Latin player at the moment, which is no small feat. I think I can add power, and it can help me beat the Dodgers, Los Angeles, who are still the team to beat in 2025. I think the landscape and offers for Eugenio Suarez are increasing. Boris, yes.
No, but what do you mean? Do the Dodgers need the best Latin hitter?
No. What I mean that the Los Angeles Dodgers aren't as invincible as one might think.
The Dodgers have more problems now than ever in the last 5 years. I think the Dodgers are in trouble. How are the Dodgers doing? They can't beat the Tigers, Detroit. They can't beat the Astros. They can't beat many teams. And be careful even with the Phillies or the Mets. And another team I see that is slowly putting the pieces together is the Boston Red Sox, who are playing some of the best baseball in the world, and the Brewers in Milwaukee. The Brewers are for real. They're already in a game against the Cubs, a team everyone thought by now would be in the playoffs. So all that changes, and Eugenio can go to almost any team. Eugenio can carry a team, but at 5.5 games back, if I'm the Diamondbacks, I wait one more week. I wait until the last day if I'm going to trade him. And the Yankees aren't going to give up their two best prospects. Forget about them giving up their best prospects for Eugenio. They might as well.
They could give them up, but they have to be.
Sure, they're going to. No, 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 no.
The Yankees could give them up, but they have to be sure. They have to be sure they can sign him to a multi-year contract. They can't repeat the Juan Soto mistake. Not at all.
But look at what happened with Chapman. They traded him and then they just brought him back. So, well, they can do anything. They can do anything. But it doesn't guarantee that Eugenio will be there next year. Exactly. Eugenio isn't guaranteed. They're not going to give two prospects at this point. They're not going to give it. No.
I think so.
That's why, in exchange for a high profile player like Eugenio, and this could be what the teams want in return.
That is.
And that is.
Well, I mean Arizona, because according to analysts, Arizona is going to make a trade, Eugenio 4, Eugenio 2 to the Yankees, but I need them to give me good ones. Not just any players.
Not just any players.
No, it's difficult. Yeah.
No, that's not it. It's not logical. I mean, I'm not going to give up a guy, a person who will help me for one season. I'm not going to give up two prospects. You can give two prospects, but not top 5, not top 10, nor top 20. You're not going to hesitate. Top 20 can give money for the draft, can give other things, but two prospects, hardly the Yankees number 1 and 2, no way.
The mistake they made over there, yes.
Over there, yes. I would give them up.
Yes, I would give them up. The mistake the New York Yankees made with the Juan Soto situation, I think will weigh on them for many years. Giving up a prospect only to not have him and see him go to, let's say, your own city. But what is the ideal team for Eugenio Suarez? What is the ideal team? And where should Eugenio Suarez go?
Seattle. Seattle.
Well, that is a
Seattle.
they can't compete. Look at the Astros, and they're not a bad team either.
Whatever the case, they have to compete against the Astros. They can compete against anyone, and maybe the difference is even greater. They don't know to stop the Astros, how they're not going to face them. The Astros, as they are right now, aren't getting fired up to face the Astros, and they would face Boston, and then they would go against the winner. And with Eugenio, Raleigh, and Eugenio, plus Eugenio knows Seattle, who lived in Seattle, and with Julio Rodriguez, all of this makes that team change dramatically. The Yankees, well, the team everyone wants to play for the Yankees because it's the team you watched when the team that got the most publicity. But even so, Eugenio can play on any team that might need him. I don't know if Troy might need an Eugenio. It could even be the Astros themselves, or even the Blue Jays. All right, Eugenio could fit into any team at all. We have to see who offers the best deal, who offers the best for the Arizona Diamondbacks. If Arizona is even going to make a move. If Arizona has been winning series lately and they win these next 2 series, Arizona won't be making any changes.
Yeah, but the problem with Arizona is that it's a team that's been very inconsistent all season. They could win 2 series in a row like the Padres did against the Dodgers and then end up losing to the Pirates or to the Reds, those games.
Yes,
And they could also get knocked out in one go. But if they win those 2 series, they'll reach a level where Eugenio won't be traded. They'll try to get someone to help complement the team so that Eugenio can win more games and they don't lose to lower tier teams against less competitive teams. But that's still a ways off. Look, they're 5.5 games back. And well, they're about to play a series against St. Louis at home where there's a bye. While the teams competing with them, San Francisco is going up against Toronto, and the Padres are in a good spot because they're playing this weekend. They're going to play against San Diego. But the Dodgers are up against Milwaukee, and that's where I see Milwaukee as one of the best teams out there. If Milwaukee sweeps the Dodgers will really feel the pressure and they'll start looking to make moves because they need to acquire someone. And both teams will have to get into the market to buy what they need because there are too many injuries. And injuries.
There are a lot of injuries, and Milwaukee already swept the Dodgers last week. Boring. And
lots of injuries.
Well, and
what?
Jackson is playing a very.
Yeah, Jackson, do you think he is?
I believe they're having a good week. I think last week, or this one that just ended, he hit over 300 for a strong average. Jackson Churio.
No. And Churio already has a streak of 11 consecutive games with a hit. And let's see, he finished the first half of the season with 16 home runs. I think he's going to have a very interesting second half, especially considering the team context. But anyway, let's get back to Eugenio Suarez, guys.
Put it here in the chat your opinion on Eugenio Suarez.
Yes, the chat, yes.
Of course.
About Eugenio Suarez. If Eugenio stays, if he does not, he's clearly a tradable piece. We've been talking about this for quite a while, basically all season long, and obviously highlighting the monster season he's had in terms of power, big hits, and being one of the top offensive leaders in all of Major League Baseball. Is it in Arizona's best interest to let Eugenio Suarez go? In exchange for what? For exactly what in return? That's something to consider too, because as Boris said, Arizona could also get into the wild card race. And if Arizona wants to find, or even can find some consistency, they can do it.
Which one?
And the team and arrival of Gino. Let us know your thoughts on Gino's arrival here too.
And Daniela, and the question is also, what other pieces could leave the Arizona Diamondbacks? Because you could also be influential in whether Eugenio Suarez leaves or not.
Yes, I read somewhere it could also be Josh Naylor. Maybe it could also
Or
be
even Ketel
Ketel
Marte.
Marte. We'll have to see. Yes, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Arizona strengthens its roster. See if it wants, youth for the future, Andres. That's also important to know.
Yes, and it really surprises me that this team, with so many good pieces, really can't compete at a high level. They have Josh Naylor, a great player and hitter, and Ketel Marte, who is an excellent hitter, and Eugenio Suarez. They just can't seem to get these three hitters working together to compete at the highest level. Then you look around. Then you look around and see a lot of injured players, weaknesses, and so on.